everyone. Welcome to Talk 10 with Mahen. Many of us are using lipstick and black eyeliner as makeup. Dr. Sarah Britten Pillay uses these to paint very exquisite, unique pictures. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to Talk 10. Such a joy to have you today.
Thank you so much for having me, Mahenthri. It is an honor to be on the show with you. I've watched your other guests and it has been fascinating.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, I've done my homework. You have been painting from the age of 4. I know that art was one of your 7 distinctions in matric. And, you've reached this fabulous stage of being able to have your own exhibitions. Did this lipstick painting begin as an accident, or did you make a conscious decision to begin painting with lipsticks?
And it all starts with this blank board. That's what it looks like. It's quite thick. My ex-husband used to use this to build architectural models. And it's a board called triplex. So all this board was lying around. I was sitting at home. I was supposed to be working on my PhD thesis. And of course, I was finding all sorts of reasons not to work on it. I started one day just randomly playing around with lipstick on this board. And one thing led to another. I paint with my hands. It's very, very tactile. So that was quite a journey for me.
But it's opened up a whole new world, of self-expression now, I think.
Yes, it has.
Sarah, so after the solo exhibitions, you were so fortunate to be invited to international exhibitions.
The Japan one was the one I was most involved in, because for the other 2, I sent my art and it was exhibited on my behalf. There are organizations that help artists exhibit around the world, and you pay for exhibition space, and it was a wonderful adventure. I really, really enjoyed it.
Sarah, for that exhibition, were you the only one exhibiting lipstick art?
I was the only one exhibiting lipstick art.
I saw a piece where you had written into it. I think someone commissioned you to paint something as a wedding commission, and then you had written a Khalil Gibran poem into that.
So this, I'll show you. So this is the initial sketch I did for the work. You can see at the top, it's a baobab tree. They wanted a baobab tree, and below is the writing. Things like this, as you can see, compared to me, it's quite a large work. Mm-hmm. And I do like to show people, and I will give people an idea of what I'm doing for them before I do the final work. Lipstick, if you leave it for too long, it's a very strange medium. If you leave it too long, it becomes quite difficult to work with. But if you want that really smooth, all the blended colors, all the colors running into each other, then you need to make sure you're working with it while it is still wet. This is a piece of card. This is some lipstick. So I'll show you my process. So I'll always start, and in fact, what I'll do, I'll normally start just by laying down a bit of color in an outline. I'll do a heart. And then what I do is I take other colors. So that's a very pale pink, and I'm going to rub that into one corner. Here's quite a dark red. I have to do this because I have used it all up. This is why lipstick is very, very messy. You'll end up, if you end up like this, where you've added 2 colors, and then I'm going to blend them. And I'm blending them while the lipstick is pretty wet. So it gives a certain swirly, sensual quality to the color. Because if you leave it for too long, then it'll start coming off in patches. Very messy. And so that's what it starts looking like. And then I usually like to add a dark color like black, just to give it more, you can see the difference the black makes. It just makes it look more 3D. The best thing to do to preserve the paint is to frame it behind glass. If you keep it framed behind glass, So the painting behind me, I painted that in 2014. The colors are still very fresh, still very vibrant.
You paint so many cows. What is the obsession with the
Oh, the cows. Nguni cows are it, because I love Nguni cattle, and they have a long association with South Africa. They symbolize wealth. So my painting is a reflection of my personal life journey as well.
I'm a fan of your paintings. I really am. And there are a lot of cityscapes and, pictures depicting Johannesburg, very South African feel. And then I think you've used a lot of metaphors as well. For example, there'll be a picture of some buildings in Johannesburg, and then maybe a shark in the middle of that.
Yes.
So it's a lot of metaphors. You are definitely telling a story. Sarah, are there other lipstick artists in South Africa as well as abroad?
I've never encountered anyone else who uses lipstick in quite the same way that I do. I just create work that people enjoy and that is meaningful to them and that is pleasurable to create for me. So the art is a very different way of expressing my feelings about the world. Sometimes find it's much better just to paint how I feel about a thing than write about it, because paintings are less prone to being misinterpreted or misquoted. I have about, last time I counted, probably about 500 lipsticks, which I've collected over the years. I buy them on sale. Sometimes I get donations. Sometimes I use eyeshadow. You get cream eyeshadow, which is basically the same as lipstick. It's just, a wider variety of colors. And I've also discovered the joy of using something like this. I'll show you. So this is, so it says Yardley Jewel Eyes. And it's really fun to put glitter on things.
In terms of art, Sarah, what are your plans for the future?
Ideally, first prize is that I find a gallery overseas in a place like New York, where there are serious collectors.
If somebody wants to buy any of your pieces or commission you to paint something for them, where do they go?
Again, so Facebook or Twitter are the best ways to find me.
And then I looked at the pictures of the Japan exhibition. Everything is in red.
Yes, it was a decision for Japan because red is a very popular color in Japan. So I don't know if you can see that, but I've written Talk 10 with my hen into that.
Wow.
And I'm going to put some sparkle on it, my face. So yeah, you can't see it as clearly there. I don't know if you can see it.
I absolutely love it. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you.
If I can say that painting with lipstick has taught me anything, it has taught me to value the process of creation as much as the end result itself. Lipstick is a very undisciplined medium. It doesn't do what you want it to do. It's messy, it's all over the place. And I've learned a lot from mess about the importance of allowing the process to happen and not stressing if it's not perfect. Because we become so obsessed with everything being perfect that we forget to enjoy the process.
And you're sharing a beautiful gift with everybody, really. It's bringing so much of joy. It's obviously giving you tremendous joy to actually paint, but there's also another joy that the person that looks at that art also gets, I think.
Well, thank you. I sometimes feel like I'm really fortunate in that I have the ability to draw and that I get so much pleasure out of this. I'm thrilled when people do like what I paint, but I always paint something that I love first.
Dear viewers, we have come to the end of another episode of Talk 10. I leave you today to ponder over the words of Dr. Sarah Britten Pillay. In the end, all we have are our stories, and all we can do is to tell them as best as we can.